Just based off of prior results, because they actually were in the same group together, Group H. So the group of winners, apparently. k1llsen did beat Garpy 2-0, and k1llsen went 6-1 overall in maps over the course of his entire group. So past results leaning towards k1llsen. If I were to base it off today's performance, I would actually give it to Garpy.
Yeah, I think you're right. I'm going to lean on Garpy's side
actually
over
giving
this.
you an answer. Or I gave you a prediction without actually giving you a prediction. How does that feel?
It's true. You kind of copped out over there a little bit, but you know what? I'm going to flat out predict it. I think Garpy's going to do a 3-1, and he's going to be able to take it out because I think that his route to the final has been savage, and he's just showing like amazing form right now. They're going to be starting up in a second. k1llsen did pick Blood Runners because it's what everyone seems to do versus Garpy, but sometimes they live to regret it. It is all beginning now in the grand final. The best of 5 is before us here. k1llsen versus Garpy. I am on k1llsen's perspective to start with. He's going to be by rockets, but he wasn't able to pick them up. Garpy goes through the teleporter, and we could have a really early frag going on.
Garpy does back away though to pick up a couple of health globes. k1llsen's still sticking around. Garpy messes to jump up, and k1llsen's raining down nails. But Garpy got the kill, and Garpy only has 2 bubbles of life left to go. Garpy's not out of the woodworks just yet. He's got to get this mega, which is going to be up right now. k1llsen does drop, and k1llsen's actually going to spot him out, so there's no chance Garpy's going to get the mega. And the health bubbles he got from the first exchange are not respawned back in yet.
Garpy's killing a rail though. Oh my god.
k1llsen.
Did he just... He just got in another last one at the end, didn't he? Finding another rail, possibly? Oh my god, so Heavy is going to be up. That should be k1llsen grabbing that. Garpy's got himself more LG ammunition and is getting positioned up by Nailgun. His stack will be looking pretty decent. Full natural. Let's see where he goes.
I almost want to see k1llsen just not rail. I don't know. I feel so bad saying it because he's just so prolific with it, but they've just not been on point today. They're not being actually okay. He's had some wowing moments with them. He's also missed a lot. He's not been consistent with it today, as we're seeing here. As he's just trying to back away. Garpy gets the kill again. I think he just sticks to the rocket at this rate. It seems to be the best weapon he's got in his kit.
Garpy's been crazy with like all the shots today though. He's just been on form on all weapons, just delivering a really high level of skill on the combat side, and I really feel like his judgment just through the decision making, the rooms he's moving into, when he's picking to actually fight, it's a level I'm genuinely not used to seeing with Garpy. It's just also, yeah, discipline. Going with the LG, he's only got Tribal to worry about. The rocket's quite good. 2 25s will get taken, but Garpy will get the big boy items on the map.
k1llsen's not going for a rail here at all. Look at this. Okay, Valley does switch to it, but he does eat a rail himself. He's gonna have a totem down. So actually should be full HP in just a second since he has the recharge of his other totem. There we go.
Oh my god.
But he also loses all the health he can by 1 rocket.
What? How did Garpy... He missed so much LG, and k1llsen was even able to take the frag. That's a mind bender right there. Garpy is going to be devastated from that way. He's going to have to think of an alternative plan to combat this.
Could be a good turnaround here, because he's got like 3 totems over towards rocket that he can retreat away to if he ever loses HP. He hits the first rocket there, gets him down so low at HP. It forces to actually slow him up because he has to clear the totems. And now k1llsen, oh, if he just hit that rail, that could have been an equalizer. A big equalizer between the two. And he's still around the corner. He's going to see him just in the nick of time. k1llsen, very, very possible to tie things up now.
He's getting the totems down once again. Only has 1 for the moment. There's the Mega. Mega actually, some people who, in case they don't know, reduces your cooldown on totems by 20%. And just 25 health levels do it by 5%, in case some people are unsure about that. See if
you're like a human wiki.
Pardon?
You're like a human wiki. Of all things
Apart
Quake.
from with the mining drill.
Wait, mining drill?
Yeah, well,
wait, what?
Never mind. Apart because of the... Never mind. Oh my god, Rockets! He just owns him then. He gets, like, bounced up by Garpy, but he's just saying everything.
Please, oh my god. If he hit that rail, that would have been it. That actually would have been his round. If he rocket jumped up, there's definitely a good chance he could have did it as well. He's got the stack. He's got timing on heavy, which he's going to transition over to right now. And Garpy can't really afford to stick around for this. He doesn't have the health for it. Don't tell me k1llsen's going to pull this one back after being down 2 champions.
Garpy was
just saw the total take.
Confidence. I think Garpy's just going to try and slow play it for a while. There's no need for him to go nuts. Hasn't got rid of that one by the nail gun, which is a little bit sketchy for him. He's only on 125. There we go. He gets rid of that, but k1llsen knows exactly where he is. He's pushing to middle room, and he's not going to be able to do enough damage. That's the perfect scenario for k1llsen. He comes back strong in round 1.
So can we say Jason's right so far? Because k1llsen
about what?
Got the first round.
Round 2.
No,
well, I have
first round. He hasn't won. He hasn't won.
Everyone
the
knows
final.
you win the first round, you win the whole thing. That's how it works.
Is that like some strange omen or something? I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, that was a fantastic comeback by k1llsen, to be fair. Off the back of that 1 HP survival against the visor to Garpy on his Galena.
Yeah, that fight, that rail. Garpy will probably be still thinking about that fight, actually, because that was such an annoying LG fight to lose.
And what's worse is if it comes down to that round, if it's like 2-2, like that could have been the map for Garpy, you know, because just that 1 HP, just one more tick of LG would have been enough to finish him off, and would have stopped k1llsen from getting that round under his belt.
Just tickle him with a feather and he would have gone down.
Yep. Piercing sight now used for k1llsen. Garpy doesn't have his up. He's walking into a trap here. k1llsen gets aggressive. LG comes out. And this should be a frag for k1llsen trying to jump over all the nails. But look at that Garpy. He turns it around. Hitting those shots. Allows him to actually, you know, equalize things between the two. But that rail. Oh my god. k1llsen gets a second. And there you go. The k1llsen rails are back, boys.
He's doing it right now. I love the moves that Garpy was delivering earlier, but those 2 rails in a row just closes out that particular situation. Now there is going to be mega up in a moment. Garpy's pushing forward. He lands a couple of okay rockets, but he's got nothing to deliver after that. It's just the mega that spawned.
Oh,
rail's going to hit, of course it is. The one thing about k1llsen's style, though, his mouse control is just really insane. Okay, rockets. Oh, Garpy can't lock it down. I mean, the floodgates have been opened just there, and all the frags came so quickly after one another.
And Garpy only got 2 rail shots off that entire round and had 0% accuracy. So k1llsen really, I mean, he had about 50%, I think, was at the end. He was at 50 right before I checked, before that last little bout. That rail advantage is really giving him, I mean, when he's hitting rails, such a big lead. Nice little fake jump out of Garpy there, too. It's kind of beta shot in from k1llsen, just checking if that piercing sight was used.
This rail surely can't miss. Oh, he doesn't get it. He's missed completely. k1llsen was impatient and tried to go for an early shot. And Garpy gets away with his natural armor stack. He has still got to make a play on any of the major weapons. Rocket, rail, LG.
He's there really early for heavy. Gonna read into the mega though. Piercing sight being used. Rocket 100 damage and the LG again. God damn, k1llsen. You are so good with these direct rockets sometimes. Actually, the majority of the time you are.
Garpy just showed his face. He's only got the gauntlet out. He could have got himself the kill if he just had a machine gun and just faced in that general direction. Garpy does have a advantage moving into this part of the game. Spawns get some items.
You even have piercing sight.
He just knows. Garpy, what is he doing? Wiggling back and forth with the berserk. LG lands, and it's going to be just a bit more LG. Galena is the last champion for Garpy, possibly on the whole map, unless he makes an astonishing comeback.
Okay. Oh, gives a nice shotgun blast there. But again, I don't think Garpy's gotten a single major item besides the initial one you get because of spawning in and starting the round.
No, when he spawned in with Doom, I think he did take control briefly, but everything went back over to k1llsen shortly after. Because k1llsen was low after that frag, but after that was like it. Otherwise, Garpy's not really had, say, like anything to work with.
I mean, he's got no LG. I mean, he's right by Mega, so he can pick it up. But the problem is the rail's just blocking off that entire avenue for him to actually progress around. And k1llsen is going to heal up here in a second. Heavy's up in 5 seconds. He should be able to at least contest it. Maybe not pick it up, but he should be able to apply some pressure. Oh my god, that rail out of k1llsen. I don't even know how you hit that. That was a shot and a half. Oh my god.
Well, k1llsen's going to be able to continue holding this control, getting the mega health now. And Heavy still a while away. This is a chance where he can close the gap. Garpy might know that he's there. Yep, well, he's figured it out now. And he's just hiding behind the corners. He's like, let's wait for that vision to go. Look at that, popping himself through. Pre-fired rocket jump. Garpy's got nothing. He's like zero stuck. That he can do.
Yeah, he's like stuck in this area. Like he's been stuck over towards rockets for a good portion of the game now. I mean, he should ideally have a couple of totems down. Yeah, he has 2. Like k1llsen is just complete control of this game. Remember talking about, you know, like we're so harsh on k1llsen because of what we know he can do in Quake Live, especially with rails. This is k1llsen like playing like the old k1llsen. At least that's what I imagine the old k1llsen. He's being so dominant. He's hitting so many of these shots. He's reading into Garpy's plan almost every time. He's made a couple of missteps here or there, but if he keeps hitting combos like this, like k1llsen's looking good. This is the k1llsen I was excited to see.
Yeah. I feel like we're seeing this map fizzle out already. Looks like Garpy's been stumped on this one, despite he was the one who was, you know, bursting with confidence at the beginning and showing good shots, but you lose out to a reverse sweeping around. He's not looked the same since. Oh, he's gone. That's the one. k1llsen dominates in map 1 in the grand finals. I believe we're going over to Corrupted Keep next, which will be Garpy's pick, where he can try and balance things out a little bit.
Garpy, master of low HP getaways. I mean, again, you think back to the first round. I wonder if that actually could have changed the momentum and the tide of the entire map. 1 HP k1llsen survived with against Garpy. And that 1 HP allowed him to keep his last champion. It allowed him to get 2 more off the back of that to actually win the round, and then just to completely steamroll him in the next 2. So I really wonder if that 1 HP getaway didn't happen, what would have been the outcome of that map?
I don't know if I'd call it even a getaway, though. It was just like it was a choke with the LG from Garpy. You could see when he was chasing, he dropped from Tribolt down to rail where k1llsen was with his Galena, and he had about 40 damage. I'll be conservative, maybe 50 damage max to do. He had something like 175 to 200 collective health and armor, maybe even more. He just had to hit a bit. I'm pretty sure it was less than 50 damage he had to do. And yeah, k1llsen, he just, as you expect with him, with his aim and his combat skills, he's going to do as much damage as he humanly can.
You see what Garpy said in chat? He said in the lobby, bro's birthday should have been there 3 hours ago. Didn't expect to win first game. Never mind the 2. So he didn't actually expect to get here. He was expected to be at his bro's birthday already.
That's all right, Garpy. Crack on, man. You've still got the evening ahead of you. It's not too late at the moment. Yeah, it's 6:45 in the UK.
Well, the thing is, keep in mind, whatever he does win extra money-wise because of getting this far, he can use on his brother for a birthday, you know, for a present.
Yeah, exactly. Rush to the petrol station, get your present. That's the right way, surely. We've got the champion picks that are coming out right now. We've got Visor for Garpy. And let's see what k1llsen starts wanting to play. I wonder if Garpy's going to get inspired by Razy. He didn't previously versus Wenger, and he's going to stick with his guns now.
Gotta imagine we're going to see Galena. Oh, BJ for k1llsen. All right.
Well, he's been inspired.
Okay, so we We've seen some ups and we've seen some downs for the BJ so far today. Most of it comes down to, well, I guess we could say like getting the fight at the right time, because the amount of time it takes you to get your dual wield out can make or break a fight. I feel like, especially at this kind of level, and having to like pull it out and not preemptively use it kind of puts you in a really disadvantageous position.
The thing is, if you do use the dual wield in the mid-fight, you've got to account that it's not only going to go into effect once your reload time initially is gone. So some people sometimes mess themselves up with the timing of that. I'm sure these guys are over that, though. Despite this, we've got map 2 in the grand final beginning. Garpy has got himself the heavy early on, but not so much on the weapons. He's found rockets, does decide to brave it in the end. It's has a marginally better start. Okay, bye-bye. See you.
k1llsen delayed his piercing sight, actually. He delayed the piercing sight, so he had it up a little bit longer in the fight. And that allowed him to flank around behind Garpy and get that shot. Well done. Oh, then the juggle with the LG. Jesus, what happened?
Garpy's just jumping into LG. That's just a bad move all around. You'd be training yourself to not be doing that in 2v2, and right now it's going back to square one for Garpy. He does come back in for the health, but it is a quick 50-second elimination there for k1llsen to take round 1.
Prepare to fight.
I think Garpy just Brexited out of that round there. That was fortunate for him. k1llsen looking good, though. Thing is, like, Garpy has looked fantastic over the course of the entire day, and even last Wednesday when he played against Ron. But I don't know, is he running out of steam? Is k1llsen just kind of playing that well right now? It's kind of hard to like judge between the two. I don't know if you have an opinion on it.
Let's judge later, because Garpy just smashed him at the beginning up on the visor. He has got a BJ now to look out for. I do feel personally that Garpy had lost a little bit of steam, but on Blood Run, I don't usually expect miracles from him. So if he really is going to show his true colors, it's going to be now. Oh, great final rocket. And that's really annoying for k1llsen, because it means he doesn't get any overstack whatsoever from the mega health. And Garpy's got a lot more to work with.
Speaking of k1llsen, he is on BJ now. He hasn't used that dual wield just yet. I'm actually waiting for his opportunity, but these rockets just constantly catching him out. He actually might do it from the high ground here. Again, not a lot of health to work with. Not a lot of ammo either. 5 rockets, 86 LG ammo. So if he's going to dual wield, he's got to be very careful and very mindful of what he does have to work with. Looks like he will just trade heavy for Mega in the meantime.
Got some breath of relief there. Doubles his stack up. And Garpy with piercing sight soon is going to understand the possible dangers around him. k1llsen's just like holding out for some kind of trap. He knows he has to move at some point. Oh my god, that direct rocket, that was piercing sight assisted. And there's going to be a chase through the teleporter. Dual wield comes out, the rocket just terminates his life immediately.
Great timing on the kill, though, because right when he killed k1llsen, Mega did spawn in. That actually would have been if that frag didn't come in, or came in maybe like 0.2 seconds later, k1llsen could have won that fight, and that would have looked like a genius play out of him. Just a maybe a little bit slight mistiming, or maybe a good recognition by Garpy to realize he had to get the kill right then. Punches coming through. No HP left for k1llsen. Garpy will get the round. So finally, getting a round on the board here now for Garpy. Maybe scratching off some of that rust, getting rid of it.
It's not too bad at all from Garpy, actually. He made it look quite good at the beginning of the round. It's going to be, again, a relief for him to have to accomplish this. But now it's time to push further. We know that Garpy's capable of doing it. He's got to take it to k1llsen. Now, LG, they're both expecting each other anyway, but k1llsen's rockets are going to work just fine. Garpy shouldn't expect those rockets to have missed for some reason. He's obviously going to be fully prepared.
You know what I would think would be so sick, by the way? Oh my god, he almost got knocked off the map yet again here. Just a side note, I know it's kind of off topic, but I would love to see, like, going into QuakeCon, if they had player skins in the game for, like, weapons. I would love a k1llsen skin rocket launcher. As in, like, it's a vanity item, not a vanity item. It's not like a separate rocket launcher, it's a skin you put over the rocket launcher. Like with a signature, that'd be so sick. And then the players get profits from that. I thought that'd be pretty cool. Anyways, Garpy gets another kill.
I don't disagree, but yeah, he locked that one down, and k1llsen couldn't move at all after that. The LG comes out again. k1llsen looking for mid-airs. And Garpy might think about chasing. I'd actually love to see him challenge for the heavy armor, but he's just gone for mega.
Oh, yeah. There you go, k1llsen.
Got it.
So not only can he dodge totems somehow, he dodges heavy armors somehow.
A little bit of damage from Garpy LG. He's going to push in again. Rocket's missing. But he's alive and kicking. k1llsen yet to secure the lightning gun.
He's going to need that too. I mean, his rockets are great, but a rocket against Doom is even harder to hit. Actually looking to maybe trade places with him there. He actually tried to sneak through in towards LG. And with that jump down, actually no, he didn't even jump down. I thought he fell off. It will allow him to pick up Mega, and will allow him to get the LG finally for the first time here on Doom. I don't know what he's doing aiming wise, but Garpy gets away with no damage. I mean, I saw that from k1llsen.
Yeah, same. So he zoomed in just with just looking for some damage of some sort, and he holds zoom while he's changing weapons and things like that, and he just seemed to get a little bit kerfuffled a bit.
It goes back to his Quake Live config, doesn't it? I remember watching him play once, and like he uses, like when he had like a binding where whenever he zoomed, his sense would change as well. I think.
Yeah, I'm not sure he would be able to have that now, but he would definitely be using zoom a lot. A lot of players do that, especially when they're using the LG and the rail. Most notably, they just keep it on as often as they can. With rockets, you might want to get a sort of a higher FOV for the proper feel. Garpy catches k1llsen with some good LG damage. k1llsen gets out just as that heavy comes up. He couldn't have stayed there for a second longer. Gets caught out with more damage from Garpy, further punishing him. Garpy could actually take a lead in this round. He's going to do it. He chases him down, and k1llsen can't stay alive.
That was a good job by Garpy to actually punish him over towards heavy, then chase him down towards Omega. I think if k1llsen maybe stayed on the back of statue, he actually might have had a better chance there, but instead he pushes out towards window where the hourglasses are and took like another 60 to 80 damage from that. But now we're on the BJ, and we've already seen again what the BJ can do. He's got an armor overstack, which should allow his dual wield to be a little bit more successful. The problem is the rockets against Doom is going to be difficult, and he needs to find his way in towards LG before he can probably effectively use it.
Oh, he's just found it. I wonder if Garpy's thinking of the clock. Like, can he survive for 1:20 versus BJ? Escapes. Knows that there's the light armor over there, but he can't really push it very comfortably. Just heard the Mega getting taken, and he's just going to charge over to the heavy. He picks it up, gets through the teleporter. Dual Wield comes out, but now the rocket's in defense. And he pushes him out there. Oh my god, the double peek as well from Garpy.
I don't know why k1llsen just didn't dual wield right away when he saw the Berserk being used. It's like, hey, this is free damage. He can't hit you while you're using this. Oh, 2 HP! He ate the rocket.
Brutal from k1llsen. Yeah, maybe he should have used it earlier, but the thing about Garpy is he did not hesitate for a moment. As soon as he heard that Mega pickup, he's like, right, I'm running. He's going to get that maximum speed around the corner, and he's just going to make his way over to the heavy armor. So he played it really well. The instinctive work there was good.
Only a shotgun out of Garpy. Oh, he's
still being chased.
He's well locked in. Yeah, he's well locked into that position for a little bit. Actually, even swinging around over towards Nailgun Room. k1llsen's got him really limited on weapons. He's got a shotgun and a tri-bolt. Finally, he doesn't get the rocket launcher. Still being denied LG.
Good thing for Garpy is he can get back to that heavy armor. Looks as if he's basically unscathed. He'll still be working on... yeah, you've got to expect that visor to be using the piercing sight again. He's looking at working his way towards lightning gun now. This is it. Machine gun damage. Any amount of damage you can get, it's going to help you.
Well, we're going full radio cast here because unfortunately we have lost the video feed of the game. Garpy going to be sitting over towards power up as he transitions back towards heavy. We'll be swinging around towards nail room. Looks like we do have video back again. We're going to be on k1llsen this time. We're good. We're back, guys. No radio cast for long, luckily.
God. Look at that.
He's got like 7 computers and like 4 connected to specs.
Oh, that damage from Garpy with the machine gun. He did absolutely loads just then. Now, finally for Garpy, he can get himself over to Lightning Gun. Gotta watch out for the damage up at the top. Mega Health's taken. He knows the timing for Heavy. He's gonna look to get a position to do some damage on it. k1llsen walks out, and that's gonna hurt a lot. He gets Heavy, but he's lost his life.
It used to be this hard.
But he's got a good spawn towards LG. He's, unluckily for him, has piercing setup available for Garpy, which makes it even harder for him to spring a trap. Again, I'd like to see him use that duel a little bit early. Oh, actually, we're going to get exactly that as he's trying to transition over towards Heavy. A little bit too early. But,
every single bullet missed. Every single bullet that k1llsen fired just missed. You got what you asked for, though, Jason, but it was maybe too premature, if anything.
Well, I mean, I'd rather see the premature, BJ, other than the non-existent BJ, where he doesn't even get it off in the end. Garpy from the high ground gets the kill at the LG, though. And now Garpy's just one champion away from taking the map.
Well, he's just got to play tight, and he could surely lock this one down. I think a lot of people wouldn't have expected any kind of comeback into the series already after the dominant performance we saw from k1llsen in map 1. I predicted Garpy 3-1 overall, and it's still a possibility. LG, again, massive damage. Finds him again. Relentless pressure now from Garpy. Rocket just misses its way then. But maybe he can find a little bit more. Well, he's actually not going to go. I thought he was going to pressure the Mega a bit to try and take both items, considering that k1llsen was over by the heavy machine gun spawn. But he's just decided, let's play it a little bit safe and just share items.
Luckily for k1llsen, he's got some time to play with here. It's not like he's in a super big rush. Yeah, he's in a rush, but he can at least play around a little bit more, look for a little bit of those better engagements. Actually might catch him out towards win if he tries to jump through it. He does come in, and k1llsen getting pushed back. k1llsen with 19 health. He's hoping for Mega just to come on, just spawn in, please. And Garpy will get the kill before he even has a chance. And there we go. Garpy, he gets the map on the board as well.
Really well played from Garpy. Good pressure on Corrupted Keep. Seems well rehearsed over there. You might have to remind me what map 3 is going to be, but we're essentially reset to a best of 3 now that they've won a match each. Oh, Blood Cup, amazing. I wonder if we're going to get any sort of spicy picks from either of them, if they want to divert away from the 3 that we see on the score now. I think we're going to go get our Jahar computer back in the lobby, so
yeah,
we should be in game in a couple of minutes, guys. But Garpy's in the series, guys. It's not an easy 3-0. A lot of people looking at k1llsen, the big name historically. Garpy, he's won a LAN event. So has k1llsen. They won a LAN at DreamHack Denver. k1llsen was looking very strong, actually, leading up to DreamHack Winter. I think he managed to get top 8 in the end. Wasn't going as far as I think maybe he could have. But both of them were probably in the, say, top 3, top 4 most impressive players towards the end of 2018.
I am a little bit worried, though, about something in particular with these two players. Is that Veil of Noth comes up 4th. So if you're k1llsen here, I think you have to win Blood Covenant, because I think Veil is going to be really difficult for him to take against Garpy, just based off of past results. Yeah, k1llsen did beat Agent 3-2 on it, but it was still a 3-2, and it still was a relatively close game. And it's also a map that k1llsen's been constantly vetoing out and dropping every single time he has ability to. So if you're k1llsen, you got to win Blood Covenant, because if you lose Blood Covenant, I think Garpy can take it 3-1.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to be crunch time every time right now, because if you let your opponent win, then they're on match point and you're left sort of suffering psychologically. We are in the champion picks, though. We've got a Visor and a Doom from both of them. Let's see if we got any deviation, or are they going to go with their cause? Certainly some thoughts.
We get a Nyx for k1llsen
being taken up. Oh, that's the Ranger. Ranger's an expected. They're both going with Ranger. There's a lot of mobility on Blood Covenant for a champion like Ranger. If you manage to get up into any of the close corridors, you've got chances for the burst damage. But it's a kind of a champion with a nice little sort of contingency ability. He can use it if he gets cornered over at the heavy. when he's just trying to wait for it to spawn last moment. He can all over to the bridge and get away via rockets. Can also be working, like if you're over getting caught down pillars and you know that they're trying to fire a rail at you, you can orb away comfortably there too. But should be jumping into the third map of the grand finals right now. Players are ready. I'm ready. Let's see who we're on first.
I'm ready too, if you cared.
Good. I was going to ask, but I was like, nah, I know you're ready. You're always ready.
Jason's always ready.
I'm checking out k1llsen to start with. He's got the LG early on. He does get Mega eventually. Garpy gets the information he needed about when that Mega health will spawn. I think k1llsen's going to assume that Heavy was taken fairly early.
So I'm curious if Garpy's going to put a lot of emphasis on denying rail from k1llsen. Again, k1llsen kind of hot and cold sometimes when it comes to that. Especially when it's a visor, it's very important when you're against another visor to stop them from getting railed. These rockets doing some sick work. k1llsen's very low on health. He's going to have to back off to Mega, and Garpy's just a millisecond of a second too late to actually hit that rail. And k1llsen still doesn't have the railgun himself. He's being denied it.
Piercing sight up from k1llsen. Garpy's about to have his too. Maybe to pop it straight away, he'll know exactly where he is, but it depends. Does he want to get that pre-fire prepared?
Oh.
Ooh, that rocket, 65. Decent shot.
Yeah, Garpy jumped back into that one. A little unfortunate for him. So Mega and Heavy being traded to opposite players now. k1llsen should ideally be able to get rail for the first time. If he wants to rocket jump up to, maybe that's just kind of a fake.
Yeah, for sure a fake. But it's not going to land him any extra information. Does find Garpy by the pillars. Now knows exactly where he is. And that rocket's not going to meet him fast enough. He still doesn't have the railgun.
I'm surprised he's still sticking to his guns like this. I mean, he's got Garpy low, but there was potential to finish Garpy off already if he did have the rail. Still not going for the rocket jump. He's going to contest him over towards Heavy, and the LG comes out. The LG does some good work. But luckily for Garpy, does trade some damage back into him.
Oh, the LG from the top. He actually drops down with it. If he didn't drop, he probably could have taken that kill, or at least forced k1llsen away. But because he did, it's just an easy kind of trajectory for k1llsen to trace with his mouse.
Well, so 219 in, he finally gets the rail. And it's not even the spawn rail. It's the one that Garpy dropped for him. So luckily he does at least finally get that weapon. Find from the low ground again here with the LG. Not going to work out. He's going to have to back away. He still hasn't been able to recover from the first battle that they had happen. And Garpy knows this, and Garpy was trying to chase it. He's trying to look for that kill. And he's still in towards Bloodpool. He still has him locked in towards Shotgun. But now Garpy going to back off, realizing, all right, I need to get this Mega. I still have time to work with here. There's no need to rush things.
Stopwatch.
To spot Garpy moving away from Mega House, so his timing should be spot on, and the rocket. Full 100 from k1llsen onto Garpy. Garpy with a good rail though. He can just about survive a non-zoomed rail shot himself, but that kind of takes the wind out of you.
It'll be a rail battle. Garpy's gonna connect with the first 100. He gets Mega too. Now k1llsen, you're kind of in a really opposition. Garpy's gonna back away, funny enough. I was expecting Garpy to stick around. You had him locked into that location. He was low on HP. You had enough to survive 2 rails. Instead, he takes away Heavy, opting for that map control.
That's the nice play about it. He realized he's weak. He's not going to want to defend the Heavy going up against me. So if I just go and get full control of the map, then at least I can, you know, maybe I could survive 3 rails next time he can only survive 1. He's going for that kind of control trade-off.
He's got to be careful, though, because only a minute left to go, and he's up against a Visor, who's very fast around the map. That's a good die orb to actually close that distance, close the gap. He's got him caught out completely. And all that patience does pay off as he gets the frag. Less than a minute to go.
Very, very necessary from Garpy. Oh, perfect bait from him. Good damage. About 80 or something like that with the rocket. Looking for a rail shot down below, but now he can get himself onto the Mega. Limited amount of rails left. One thing to be cautious of. Does he want to go past? He's gonna feel that k1llsen could be here. Dodges that rocket expertly. Oh, just about straight into the last rocket that k1llsen was firing. Rail for rail! Oh, hit him! And he can't react in time. 10 seconds. Doom,
He
rush.
hit him.
That's it.
Oh. And k1llsen has die orb to get away too, and there's no rail. There's nothing that can do the damage against him. k1llsen's gonna take the round. He hit him smack dab in the face with the die orb. 100 damage, takes it when Garpy thinks there's no way he's actually going to get it, or actually going to commit to that one, and catches him completely off guard. If that die orb did not connect, that would not have been a kill for k1llsen, and we'd be in sudden death right now.
Oh, k1llsen kind of teasing us with the cheese strat on Blood Covenant and Nail Gun. But he does float back. He's got rockets, he's got rail, he's got heavy, and feeling good. At some of these moves with Ranger that you can get, they can be crazy aggressive all of a sudden. Seen it from Dewey yesterday, and just the pace of the game can go from 0 to 100 just like in a wink.
It's more like 0 to 18,000, or what's the damage cap of the die orb?
It is about 9,000, isn't it? 8,
Is it? Okay, yeah, so 0 to
That's a lot.
9,000.
Little makes no difference at that point, really. That's a lot of damage.
Yeah. Well. So the visor v visor, double piercing sights being used. Both of them do have rail, and Garpy, k1llsen both gonna trade rails, though Garpy comes out the better of the two. k1llsen just getting lucky that that final rail did not connect to the Garpy, or that would have been him one champion down.
Yeah, that's not a long-term viable strat, I'd say, for k1llsen. Even if he did hit his rail and then died, there's no way he could have done a kill. It was just a damage trade at best.
Again, really slow pace between the two when it's the visor matchups. It just seems like they're both waiting for piercing sight to come up. And again, both using the exact same time. Both knowing it. And Garpy again, connecting the rail where, unfortunately, k1llsen had the wrong weapon at the wrong time.
Garpy backs off a little bit from that. It's going to allow k1llsen to get onto heavy. 250 collective health and armor. Garpy relatively stacked himself, but a nice chase rail from k1llsen. He's going to find him at the top. LG though from Garpy. He drops down halfway. The rocket meets him on the wall. Those cruise missiles doing their job perfectly. He's going to piercing sight. Can he hang around for this heavy? He might be able to. Oh, the prediction doesn't get the rail combo afterwards, but a good changeover to the heavy machine gun.
k1llsen does get Mega, but he's low on rockets. He finally does pick up LG. Still no rail for him. And no real chance he can get into this high ground with Garpy just guarding it like a guard dog. Or an English bulldog, I guess is the best way to use it. Though I don't know if they're very ferocious. k1llsen's going for the chase, and k1llsen's gonna have this win.
Painful to be a dream.
Oh, he's just messed up the timing, so he's lost the orb, not able to actually move in the end. And he's going to have to play maybe a little slower than anticipated. Mega going to Garpy. I do love to see a Ranger on Ranger fight, actually. Neither of them. Well, k1llsen's going to have his orb up first. He's used it. Not used it for damage, just to get close to him. Oh, the 100 damage rocket. Now with the lightning gun, he might be favored in this one, but Garpy just about takes away that stack. For some reason, so much rushed play and just determination to finish the job there and then. One more punch.
Oh,
Can he get past him? No. 1 for 1, Jason. It's so intensely close, this final right now. People
You sounded
start to
so
respect
content with that.
3, 2,
Just like
So
one
I-
versus one, Jason.
fight.
Now, I don't want to see if I'm I don't want to appear like I'm stirring, but I was told that k1llsen was in chat saying the real final was in the semi. This grand final is going to be easy. Now,
He didn't say for who.
whoever told me that, if that is indeed true, that's quite amusing. But also, just not to like underestimate Garpy. He's never been the guy who's taking the titles in previous Quakes, but he's pushed himself so hard. He's gone full time on Quake Champions, and the practice is taking him to a really high level.
He's basically full-time. He's like, yeah, full-time Quake now. He quit his job, like I said, and he's been streaming as well quite a bit. I'm worried for his own health now that I think about it, because if he wins this, he's going to his brother's birthday party, and he's gonna be celebrating his brother's birthday. He's gonna be celebrating Mother's Day, and he's gonna be celebrating his own victory. I think his blood alcohol content level is gonna be quite high.
Well, first got to get there for him. k1llsen with an early kill. He's going to be feeling good about that. I think with the piercing sight rails that he was landing as well, it was pretty snazzy. Trying to predict onto the rail, but I think Garpy will earn himself. Is he going to drop onto this? Ooh, good read by Garpy. I've missed the rail. This is a terrible miss for k1llsen. He switches away from the rail in the end, but now the LG, the combo all of a sudden from k1llsen. Now Garpy's got to find a way out. He tries to rocket jump up to get the position behind him. We're getting full-on acrobatics between these two players. However, it is Garpy who ties it up.
Give me the Ranger v Ranger battle you like so much between the two.
I do.
Rails gonna connect. Oh man, these rails are hitting. Both players very low in health. Oh, k1llsen able to restack back up to 125. Garpy's. That, honestly, those flicks out of k1llsen are ridiculous. That was a great shot.
Yeah.
And now he's gonna get heavy too.
Almost getting that rocket damage as well. Really nicely done from k1llsen. Looking to get an advantage here. Hello. He's right above you. k1llsen runs back and knows that, oh my god, these rails. Knows that Mega's going to be the next point of contention. An easy hold for him as we move to heavy afterwards. Garpy reads that. It's like, thank you. You just broadcasted to me exactly where you want to go. He double jumps in the air, but Garpy lands the rail shot. k1llsen cannot clutch it. And it's going to be Garpy healing up now. Seeing now if he can take this away. Almost landing that.
You can tell k1llsen really wants the frag though, and I think as the time just tick away, he realizes, all right, I have to get this one up. I can't be too aggressive. He's been able to heal up way too much here. Not to mention with Mega coming up in heavy soon. I'm actually surprised to see him not head over towards heavy right away. I mean, he doesn't have rails, so it's gonna be hard for him to fight from long range, but he does have the LG and he does have the health advantage. He's gonna get the kill. And now k1llsen up 2-1 here in our third map.
It pains me for Garpy because he ignored some of the health bubbles that are on the side in favor of going for the heavy. We've not been seeing loads of kind of like open mistakes like that from Garpy at all through the series, but there's no way you should sit on a major item when it's not up, when your stack is mediocre at best, because you just have nowhere to hide. You're not a ranger. You can't orb out. You're not a Nyx. You can't ghost walk or, I don't know, use your
clutch, you can't
shield with clutch. Yeah. Exactly. So like, he was so vulnerable there.
Good rocket again by k1llsen. Forces Garpy to drop down. Though Garpy does have a piercing sight advantage. k1llsen's gonna have to respect this. He doesn't have rail. 83 health. He's gotta be so careful here to not get hit one more time. Also knowing this piercing sight potentially up the other side makes things even more dangerous. But it looks like Garpy's backed off. Piercing sight had fallen down. And allowed k1llsen to get restacked a little bit more here. Again, k1llsen's being denied the rail. I don't even know if at some points it's him being denied rail or if it's him just not really caring about picking up rail as much. Because it seems to be sometimes a little bit of both.
There's definitely a focus from Garpy to like, he's either going to deny it or he's going to try his best to punish the rail pickup so that k1llsen's not comfortable. And if you lose a lot of health and armor at rail, you can really put yourself out of position for picking up the important items on the map.
God.
2 strong rails. So.
I think, yeah, k1llsen's gotta be so careful.
He was about to move over to heavy and they realized, nope, I cannot go for that. He's gone up, gotten mega health, but his stack is still weak. He's missing that rail. He can't fight the same game that Garpy's fighting. This should really be expected to transition into a frag for Garpy at some point.
Well, you would assume so, but k1llsen's been able to get almost back to full health and armor. Again, Garpy comes in from the high ground with a rocket, dropped with LG, piercing sight being used. k1llsen has the advantage here since Garpy's is on cooldown, but he goes up the shaft where he could potentially have been juggled. And Garpy instead just gonna back off to heavy. Not try to push the situation just yet. But k1llsen's living to fight another day. He's actually living like a whole minute and a half longer than I expected him to with how this round's gone.
Yeah, it's still over 2 minutes. No rail. But that's the thing, a lot of players, I think, when they're starting out, they get this idea of like, right, I have to have the rail, the LG, and the rockets, or I almost can't even think. The thing is, when a player knows that you're desperate for these weapons, and they're maybe a small tier above you, they're gonna punish you when you go to take them. So you've really got to like create an opportunity for yourself when you know that they're going for a specific item, or that you've managed to get them weak with another weapon that they're gonna be forced to give you a bit of space. k1llsen finds a moment to get the rail. He takes no damage himself, and now he can probably play a game that he's more comfortable to play now.
The weird thing is, he had a lot of opportunities to rocket jump up towards rail, but instead he actually didn't bother to go for it here. Piercing sight now down for Garpy. k1llsen's gonna half his up. And k1llsen would love to hit a couple of juicy rails here to equalize things. Won't be able to, unfortunately, but heavy is available. And he's got Garpy in the low ground. He's got LG, but fighting for staircase is too difficult for him. Gives up that opportunity, and it might just come down to a 1 frag round here.
I could well do. Only a minute and a half to go now. Garpy probably using piercing sight at this point. You could see the rail chasing behind, but piercing sight is now gone.
Just kind of these awkward chess battles that happen. These visor v visors. Obviously trying to force a fight when you're ready for it, but also trying to avoid chip is becoming an art for people playing against visors.
Oh, a rocket, sorry, actually landed. That was a long distance rocket to hit. Another comes out. Garpy hits a rail. They both hit 100 damage rail, but it is Garpy who is weaker after that. He's finding some health bubbles, and he's got to hold strong for another 5 seconds if he wants this heavy. Don't think he's going to get it. Unbelievable that he keeps returning fire at the same rail output that k1llsen's doing. Oh no! Yes. That could prove to be a really big miss for k1llsen.
Thing is, Garpy's not healthy yet. As long as he doesn't die from this rail, he gets the mega. He's 110 HP. He's enough to survive 2 rails. The rocket comes in. He's still above the 100. And Garpy's still not healthy yet. He's finally dropped to pick up some health orbs, but look at this. He's right above him. k1llsen's going to have to get this one up yet again. Keep fighting from that low ground. It's not going to work in his favor. Heavy now being picked up for Garpy. And we're into that sudden death. But that's what it's felt like the entire round anyways. It's not like this is going to feel any different.
He's
good at positioning towards Vega.
Really behind at the moment. Interesting that k1llsen's given that up, actually, because he could have gone back. I don't know if that was a small panic or he felt that if he got stuck up there that he wouldn't be able to get out. It really could be the latter on that. He's got the piercing sight. He's relieved to see that. Now trying to position himself just so he just can't take damage straight away. Garpy hasn't got his and does well himself to avoid damage from k1llsen.
He should have heard Mega being taken. Problem is, it looks like he didn't have the timing on it because now he's actually in a really awkward position over towards Banana. He's giving this one up. Gets a good rocket to at least spot him out. And again, he's not taking damage in return, so k1llsen keep this up. He can slowly whittle away at this stack. But then again, if Garpy keeps maintaining control of his major pickups, that damage that he does do is not really going to matter. Oh, this might be it here.
Remind me more and more of... Alright, let's see. Rail chasing for a bit more damage. That is going to be Garpy able to get away and head on over to the Mega Health. Rocket narrowly missing up the bounce pad. And Garpy runs down back below.
I think the position k1llsen's in, though. A lot of time shards over here. And piercing sight's now down. LG comes out. He's got the staircase to play with. Did some good damage with those rockets and the rails not landing. Now killsen's finally been able to get a major item where he previously was lacking. Now Garpy the one who's in a bad position. Actually, what?
Oh.
Garpy didn't know heavy take. If he hits us, oh, that's a great rail. Killsen could end this now. He's got mega up to take though.
He's surely going to. Oh, the bounce pad lifted into the air in time to avoid that rail. That mistiming on heavy could be really costly for Garpy. He could end up losing this map because of that. He's going to have to make some genius plays to stay alive because killsen has got overwhelming control right now. He hits a decent rocket. Can he chase up? But he's going to face up against the rockets of Garpy if he wants to do that. And Garpy manages to survive and even has a little bit of armor to his name.
Well, killsen's going to wait out the mega. He's probably going to go heavy too. There's no reason not to. He has the time and he knows Garpy didn't have it considering he was sitting there for so long. There should be a major stack in favor of killsen, and Garpy's not going to get any damage on return. This is not looking good for Garpy at all. I mean, luckily for him, he's been able to get his natural stack back, yes. But the overstack out of killsen and probably the momentum he's feeling, those last bit of engagements, got to put him in the favorable spot.
We're impressed with Garpy to have survived through all this because he was under a lot of stress before. I was going to say 2 minutes ago, but I'll say it now. This reminds me of the Dewey versus Chain. Oh my god, map 1. What a rocket jump to get the direct. Another one. Rail, he can't quite land it. killsen. He is going insane right now. He knows where he is. He can cut him off up at the top. Garpy doesn't quite walk into it. But he is in such a huge amount of trouble. Big rocket from Garpy in return. Is up the bounce pad on killsen. One rail landed from Garpy. Is he going to follow
you
up
legend
with
if you hit
somehow?
this rail.
I don't know if he can. Oh.
Oh, killsen.
Okay, he still lands. Still lands it. This is bad for killsen. killsen's going on heavy. This is time for Garpy to punish, and he does it. He hits the rail. He manages to tie things up. And you can put that down to a couple of missed shots that we saw from killsen earlier. Garpy forges one possibility, one opportunity, and he locks it down. And you know what? It's not over. There's still more rounds to go. It's the tiebreaker on Blood Covenant to see who puts himself on match point moving into map 4.
killsen's giving up mega. He's actually giving up both items here. He's going to get rail a lot earlier, like 2 minutes and 30 seconds earlier than he did previously. But he's giving up major control. Nice. Such an... I mean, that rocket jump up out of killsen was fantastic. Into a 100 damage rocket, but that...
That was wild.
That should have been killsen's
really,
round.
really
That
wild.
honestly should have been.
Like, the whole lead up to that, if he managed to get that rail to land at the end, I mean, that is god tier frag victory. Oh god, the rockets keep landing. He's going with the machine gun right now. killsen's fairly low. LG, as he gets into the close range, Garpy gets first blood. He's found him up at the top of the orb. Oh boy, I'm on the other side of the map now. See you later.
I think Garpy definitely deserves some cam time after that last round.
100%.
Speaking of that,
he might lose it
clip
straight away.
The rocket.
They're both the same stack at the moment. He's looking for maybe another rocket shot to land. Prediction almost on point. But he's on 84 points of health. He's going with the heavy machine gun now. That is really, really brave from Garpy, especially when a zoom rail could take him down. Oof.
Oh, killsen needs to hit these shots. You really got to hit these rails. I mean, obviously that was a very hard rail to hit for 99.9999% of people out there. But if killsen hit that, the control would have been so heavily back in his favor.
If it was a zoom rail, I think it would have killed him as well. So it's unfortunate.
Now he was at 110 HP, I believe it was. So it would have killed him, but it would have put him so low that it almost certainly would have been a kill. And the rocket jump, I think Garpy just barely spotted that. He's running out of rockets. He's actually out of rockets. All he's got is the LG.
This is dangerous. Rail, orb to come close. He actually chases through, but killsen gets the rocket on the drop down. A frag each for the players. And it's Ranger again. Absolutely loving the fights that we're getting between these two champions. killsen, though, he's getting that full overstack armor.
You know how there's like the commentator's curse? for people that were like casting. I feel like there's like a production curse because whenever we go to Garpy on camera, you know, for spectating, he just like loses his champion.
So I'm trying to give you cam time, Garpy. Come on.
Can't handle the pressure.
Oh, well, let's see now. He's done a bit of damage. Orb into the sky. He's not going to be able to go through on that. One more rail from Garpy. Can't land it. And k1llsen's going to try and sneak out of that fight.
He's taking these engagements at heavy so awkwardly. Like, I mean, I don't know your opinion, but look, like from my point of view, it looks like it's not really a win-win, or it's never a winning in that situation. Either you're gonna take a lot of damage and you take away heavy, or you die and you take heavy. But he keeps going for him. That's like the second time in a row.
It's that. I mean, it's better with it when it's the ranger because usually you will at least have the. Oh my god! It goes through. The orbs kind of meet each other, but it's k1llsen the one trying to escape. And just to follow up on that point, I know he used the dire orb before when he was on heavy, like before he picked up the item and he couldn't escape with it.
Right.
I feel like he got away with that then, but otherwise I would definitely prescribe using it to at least have that as your escape plan.
Well, it looks like we're gonna hit sudden death again almost for certain at this rate. 1 minute left to go. Dire's gonna be used to take the heavy. So he actually does cut off Garpy, and he also had a stack that he was confident to combat with if he needed to. That's a great rail. 3 seconds on Mega. Garpy's there too early. k1llsen. Garpy, sorry. If he could just get this kill, it'd be huge.
Massive play from
And
Garpy. He pushes on, yeah, he had great timing of that Mega health though. He knew there was still about 3, 4, maybe even 5 seconds before k1llsen could have picked it up. Manages to close the gap nicely. With 35 seconds to go, it's a question of do not cock up. He spots him down at the bottom. Why is he going? He's orbing in onto it. You don't need to do this. It's not necessary. But he's gone with the LG, and k1llsen's going to get out of there. Garpy, you've got 20 seconds to survive.
Yeah, he doesn't. Why are you trying to go for the kill? Just run away. You got 16 seconds left. You can hear him on the low ground. He actually kicks another rocket, so the chance of k1llsen getting this kill are so slim. He gets bounced into the air. Garpy, he's going to get Blood Covenant. He's going to be up 2-1 in the series.
Wow. Wow. Garpy shaking things up a bit over here. He is going into Veil. Veil next, right?
Yeah, Veil.
So this could be real hard work for him. That was a map pick from k1llsen. Garpy now, like the light at the end of the tunnel is very clearly there now. You can do this. k1llsen's gonna have to play out his A game.
Think back to that rocket jump up to bridge out of k1llsen. Then he hit the follow-up 100 damage rocket. If he just picked up that kill, this would have been a 2-1 lead for him. Going on to Veil, going on to a map that he's consistently vetoed out time and time again. This is going to be a tough one. I think this is where that 3-1 prediction for Garpy could come true.
You know that you were saying earlier in the stream that you think the players, they think for a second, do I go for the air rocket or do I go for the rail? I think there's no point more clear than then that it was like, I've just done like the sickest play. If I go for the air rocket and land it, I'm basically going to be worshipped for the rest of the time.
It's going to be all over Reddit.
But he goes to the rail and unfortunately misses his shot when it was the most unexpected play, but it was genius at the same time. Either way, we've got champion compositions up next for what could be the last map of the day. Actually, not the day, because we've got Challenger afterwards, but of the series for sure. We've got Visor, Doom on k1llsen.
It's going to be Visor, Doom, Galena out of both. It has to be.
You'd expect so, surely? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Especially on Veil. I mean, I thought maybe BJ would be a potential, but like, who would you trade out for BJ? And I feel like the other three are just too good to not play right now. Like, BJ can be really good on Veil. You know, tight quarters, you can blow people up, but it's just not worth trading out someone else.
Yeah, they also have a really good purpose at the moment. The mobility of the Doom, the amount of information you can get with Visor, and simply so many corners and cubby holes. You can place totems with Galena. At least that's on a very sort of spin-deep analysis of that composition. Let's get into map 4 of the grand final. I am on k1llsen's point of view. He's going to pop Piercing Sight straight away. He's going to be able to get control of... Oh my god. The push straight up. Just to mitigate some of the stack that Garpy was building. Not a bad job, k1llsen.
I do just want to say that my understanding of this being a weak map for k1llsen is just based on the fact that he constantly vetoes it away. He constantly drops it. I've not actually seen him play a ton on this map. So I'm curious, maybe it's just one of those pocket picks out of him that he's just kind of like, I want people to think I'm bad at this map, so then I can just bust it out one day and surprise people. I would assume it's not going to be that. The rocket jump up again out of k1llsen. He doesn't connect the follow-up rocket this time. But that was aggressive as hell.
That was a little bit too aggressive almost, I think. He's relegated back to the corners of the map. Garpy's managed to find quite a lot of health, actually. He's not got a piercing sight, though. I'm curious to see how this fight for Heavy is going to pan out. I like to take the higher position for a moment, but he's caught out on the pillar. And that is going to be k1llsen cleaning up. Great repositioning from him. Oh, the totem. But this should be an easy kill for k1llsen. The air rocket as well to close it out. Just the doom to go.
So, Zoo, remember when we had k1llsen versus Agent? And k1llsen stuck towards the rail part of the map because he liked to get those time shards up time and time again. I feel like that's what netted him that kill, because he did actually miss out on the pickups and he backed away to that. He had piercing sight up earlier than Garpy, and Garpy didn't see k1llsen coming in with the LG to kill him on the pillar, or on Churro, I guess we'll call it. But again, I think that's like a big emphasis on the way k1llsen's been playing Visor from what we saw earlier. He likes to always have that piercing sight up. I would love to see on average how many hourglasses he picks up per map, because I feel like it's got to be relatively high compared to a lot of other players.
Oh, I pushed it onto Garpy there with the LG. Should be able to close out the round. A bit more lightning gun. Got maniacal movement of Doom, preventing him from doing that, but it's going to run into each other there, and Garpy almost forfeiting the round with that drop down. Yeah, k1llsen's been playing well. His movements helped him a lot, getting those hourglasses early and being able to get the positions that he actually wants in those fights afterwards. Everything, you know, that he's doing is for a purpose, and if one of those little jumps goes wrong, it kind of staggers the timing for his movement to that next part of the map, or for that fight that he's planning to have in 5-15 seconds time. So getting it right means you don't have to resort to your plan B.
Both of them using that piercing sight in the beginning. Garpy this time, the one to net the profits of those hourglasses. k1llsen trying to wait towards high ground here, trying to challenge out. It's actually Heavy's going to be the first thing up. And k1llsen still maintain the high ground controls. Honestly, Garpy's in a really tough spot here. Piercing sight up for him, not for k1llsen though.
k1llsen heard him there though, so he knows if he walks into rail area, he's probably going to meet his maker. Good rail though from Garpy after that piercing sight's gone. Does he want to chase through? That would be potentially kind of greedy. He does come back out.
Heavy up in one, Mega up in one. Just gonna trade these major items. Both of them very close in piercing sight timings. k1llsen not on the rail side of the map, so he's not gonna have access to those hourglasses. And you can already see that Garpy now has this available yet again. So I think that's just honestly a big part of the map. The rockets, the high ground, and the hourglasses, especially with Visor being played, you know, every single match.
Garpy's kind of gone a bit quiet on us after these little engagements. There we are. Popped around. Does get Heavy. Probably worth it, I'd say, overall. For the little bits of damage he took. Veil getting slow. This is interesting.
Considering k1llsen had a 3-0 sweep in that last round, pace has stagnated a little bit here. But if k1llsen takes the high ground now, he can actually contest Heavy yet again. You see Garpy already realizing this, hearing him up towards that position. k1llsen thinking about going for the drop, but Garpy's waiting for this, and actually drop at the same time. k1llsen gets the heavy armor. Now Garpy, actually both pretty equal stacks, to be honest. He has an opportunity to go for Mega. He hits a rail. I don't even know where that came from.
I think he found it by nail gun or something like that, or maybe even from upper, like by heavy machine gun. Or he just found him over here. Does hit the rail shot. Now he's got the piercing sight to go. Garpy has it as well, so he has no excuse to in terms of running into any rail angles. He's going to show his face in a second. Oh, the rail for rail, 100 damage each. Who is going to be able to clutch it? Garpy! He could have got the kill if that rail landed. And now life might get very difficult for him. As killsen's got mega health to go to, and well, Garpy, I don't know, you got to tell us what you have to go to.
He's got a dream. He's got a hope and a prayer. Just doesn't have the HP to make any of that happen at the moment. 75 HP. And killsen finally getting back to full natural stack. You can see Garpy's backed away towards rare room again. It's kind of a safe zone at the moment. That safe haven of potential piercing sights. Oh, killsen hit that shot. That would have been amazing.
Really cool for the majority of the map that we've had killsen just operating in the upper parts of Mega Room and around Heavy. Garpy's always had a hard time getting onto a heavy armor, for instance. He's had to take damage or, challenge closely, risk life and limb for it. As killsen's the one who's looking at, a certain round over here.
Piercing sight, I'm imagining, has yet indeed been used by Garpy, so that's gonna be on cooldown now. And killsen with the stack he has, and with piercing sight coming up in 10 seconds, I actually fear for Garpy. He's got to be so careful. Especially if it's over towards Mega, towards Heavy as the next fight.
Oh, God. Damage he just landed. Finds another rocket, but killsen does get himself across to the heavy armor. Goes up the bounce pad. Garpy, have you got anywhere to hide? He's looking for mid-airs. LG comes out, and it is going to be killsen getting himself, well, the first kill after 4.5 minutes.
There's 20 seconds left. Why Galena? I mean, maybe he's hoping the totems will be enough damage to actually kill killsen, but there's no chase potential with Galena.
Secret rocket hidden totem there.
10
Sadly,
seconds.
going to do nothing for him. Garpy, go. Go, Garpy. I'm going to switch over to him. We've only got a couple of seconds to go, but he looks like he's not quite going to be able to find him. Finds him in the last second, but, well, you need an extra few to actually hit the damage too. So, killsen, he's a round away from tying up the series 2 maps to 2 in this. What's been an absolutely nuts best of 5. Let's, I'm on Garpy at the beginning of this round. I'd like to see if he can offer us anything competitively on this map, or if we're going to go to a 5th.
Oh my god, killsen gets knocked back into the teleporter. LG doing some work out of Garpy. Killsen just on about 60, 70 points of life. Garpy completely waiting on that trade, actually. Especially since he threw killsen into the teleporter a second time. And again, he's got his hourglasses. Got the piercing sight up about 15 seconds ahead of killsen.
Knows where he's going to come from now. Oh, he's actually not going to challenge whatsoever. He's got a chance to do some damage over here. We've already made a move. Garpy misses a chance to do damage from the piercing sight. Things might settle down. He's got to be careful. Now killsen, he goes up the bounce pad. He's going to find him here. One rocket. Piercing sight shouldn't make a difference right now, but killsen's done immense damage. And that is going to be him rushing all over Garpy. This time, not 4.5 minutes to settle the score.
Yeah, and this time he does go Doom. So I think here, like, Galena would have been fine if you play Galena when you have more time, but when you're limited to 40 seconds and you have to chase for... Garpy just suicided? Did he just try to make the jump in this?
Not now, Garpy. Not at this stage in the tournament. Not
Did he start the birthday party early?
Galena. Yeah, tell them to wait. Go to their house afterwards. Right, Garpy's got heavy. If he comes back from this now, that's just even funnier, to be honest. But killsen's got to be feeling good. He can't get distracted by that, even though there's definitely humor in there.
And he should do it.
Garpy's weak. No chance for another rail to reload. That's going to be a simple 3-0 for killsen. We are going to move over to the next map.
Double jump through telly. Wait, you mean
Wait,
he jumped
what?
off? Wait, what?
Did he double jump over the teleporter? That could be what he means. I don't know.
He said double jump. It said double jump through the telly and popped me. You have a telly that sucks you in at LG and an LG that don't want to know your what?
I'm not entirely
Oh,
sure.
no,
He's
he's talking about
talking
LG battles. He's talking about LG battles between the two.
Oh,
Okay, well, that's unfortunate, but hey, it's fortunate for us because it means we're getting the 5th and final map between the two. It's now it went from a best of 5 to a best of 3 to now a best of 1.
That's the one. That is the one. It's down to 5 rounds, moving on to Ruins of Sarnath. I guess I'll take this moment while they set up on map 5. Guys, the Quake Open League 2nd edition signups are opening right now. If you've signed up already for the last one and you've got our details, your details with us, you just need to check in. That's absolutely fine. If you're a fresh player in the North American or European region that wants to partake, either play in the Elite League or in the Elite Division or in the Challenger Divisions for players below Elite, then absolutely sign up. Get some experience in competitive Quake Champions Duel. It's the place to do it. And of course, all the people streaming it and everything. Games happening on Wednesdays. Finals on the weekend per month. It's a brilliant place to be at the moment in QC Duel. We are in the champion pick though for the final map of EU Elite. And we are getting straight picks from them here. Dooms, Visors, and Galenas.
We're going into a rail-heavy map. This is going to be great between the two. We've already had Garpy with like some fantastic shots he's been able to pull off. k1llsen, again, being really well known for his rails. And honestly becoming really well known for not his rails, funny enough. But he's been hitting quite a few really good shots here between these two in this match.
Are you with me, Jason? You kind of just like
Yes,
jumped out the window there, it sounded like.
I pulled a Garpy. All right. So, a matchup that started in the groups in Group H comes down now to the grand finals in the last map of this best of 5. k1llsen versus Garpy. Will it be the Brits or will it be the Germans that celebrate tonight?
How fitting. How fitting. I am on k1llsen to... Actually, I see the Garpy being camera, so I'm going to just really annoy Jahar and make it go back over to Garpy. He's got himself LG. He's got Rail. I'm now just waiting for any signs of a piercing-sighted Visor, just so he knows he can actually move. He should have heard some hopping. It's above you.
Fight with LG from the low ground is really ballsy. He's got the rail now to use. Oh, that just completely did not work out for Garpy at all.
I'm actually surprised that
k1llsen take a lot of damage.
God, that rocket. Really, really close. And that rail that Garpy landed ended up saving him, because otherwise k1llsen would have... Oh my god. k1llsen would definitely have chased through the teleporter. Reactions on Garpy. Unbelievable. Uh-oh. This is troublesome though. LG comes out looking for a rocket mid-air, but k1llsen gets first blood of map 5.
Oh, and then Garpy gets immediately railed as he spawns back in. He's got the totem, 20 HP remaining. That's going to be a 2. 2 on the board now for k1llsen in the span of like 30 seconds, if even that. Oh my.
That's a lot of LG damage. The vertical tracking there was pretty unreal. Is he going to have a stab at where he is? He wants to get that piercing sight back. But that would have been a great place to catch Garpy off guard, actually, because he went towards the light armor. You don't really have many places to run there, just corners and levels to duck and dive between.
Uh-oh. This might be a quick end to our first round. k1llsen was catching him off guard there, and the rail as well was waiting to be used. And luckily for Garpy, he went the opposite way. He does have Mega, does have a stack advantage here. But can k1llsen out LG him? It's going to come to aim, as both of them decide to back off and go the respective corners of the map.
There's a nice little play by Garpy in the last fight, actually. Double backing with the LG, gets an extra bit of damage. This is allowing him to challenge nicely for the heavy. It's down below. And Garpy will be very happy to split items on this occasion. Doesn't even go through to LG, knowingly at risk of taking some vertical rocket damage. shot over here. Another one to follow up. Garpy's kind of like found in the middle of that light armor room above J-Spot, and it's dangerous. If you get close up with LG, you've got nowhere to run. He gets away taking 160 damage, still gets the heavy, so he's kind of patched himself up with that. Uh-oh, rockets. Garpy, got anything to follow up? Doesn't manage to fit the last rocket, but the LG is good. And after it looked like k1llsen was the one controlling the pace of the game fully, he's already had 2 frags on the map. Garpy might not be all done yet.
Yeah, if you're k1llsen here, there's no need to rush things. All you do is just gotta wait it out a minute and a half, and you have the round under your belt. He actually does get heavy this time. Again, they still trade, but opposite power-ups from before. And k1llsen, of course, just trying to restack items. He doesn't have any rockets. Doesn't have nail. Gonna be very cautious and obviously try to spot out exactly where Garpy is before he does go for anything. He actually might get caught jumping in, but he actually gets the LG out himself and the fist and gets the round. I always thought he was gonna get caught there. If that rail landed, he never would have made that jump, and that would have been a good fight for Garpy.
That was a really important rail to land. He doesn't hit it. He allows him to get close. He also does some self-damage with the rocket because he had 76 points of health. If he didn't know self-damage, at least he would have had 1 health after the last punch and maybe had a chance to do enough damage. Although at that stage, it seemed incredibly unlikely. k1llsen live with him right now. A lot of LG damage from Garpy, but a nice Hundy rocket from k1llsen.
I like that, Hundy. It's a good term.
Thanks,
I shall
man.
steal it and use it for my own. 30 seconds in. Side up in a couple seconds for Garpy. Again, items gonna be picked up here before, or sorry, major items being picked up before they transition to another fight. And you can already see k1llsen eyeing those hourglasses. Want to make sure to get that piercing side up. As Garpy has it available, Garpy should have rail. He's actually trying to come in from behind. Both know exactly where they are, and k1llsen goes through the teleporter and catches Garpy with the rail. Actually, might be fighting heavy here now, dude.
Garpy's backing away. There's kind of a little bit afraid to go in for these close engagements. k1llsen edges away, still having not much of a stack advantage. It's incredibly tight at the moment. It's really going to come down to who can get that initiation damage. Get the first rocket or rail, get the burst of LG, whatever it happens to be. Garpy jumps in with the lightning gun. k1llsen pretty ready for that. I think Garpy wants to back off. He should figure out that he can still go over to the heavy. Good rocket actually from Garpy. He's going to jump down the bounce pad. He's going to find that k1llsen is there already. The rockets just landed though. How on earth did Garpy pull that off? That
I think he pulled a
insane.
Enter the Joe lead it and just curve the rockets around the corner. And, oh, the rail almost connecting. k1llsen just dodging the nick of time. Trying to retreat back towards rockets, which he'll be successfully able to. But Garpy trying to cut him off, hits a Hundy himself. And now k1llsen with only 3 bars of life has to be so careful. Mega's going to spawn in. He's going to get it. And here comes the Berserk. He wants to fight this heavy. Heavy's up in 2 seconds. He's taking a lot of LG damage and jumps straight into the rocket. Garpy, he might be able to get himself a round on the board.
This is really nice from Garpy. He wasn't afraid of the Berserk coming to him. He knows when Berserk is at a fair distance away and you've got LG out, you should be able to pin the Doom still so that he can't push you. Really happy for Garpy doing that. Now, Mega's going to be up in a second. Piercing sight. Can he punish on this item? k1llsen, very good for him to keep spamming that exit. Makes sure he can get the item as cleanly as he can. Heavy pushes in on it. Rocket not quite going to find its mark, but a tiny bit of damage is still going to be helping Garpy.
Garpy's got to be careful though. He's down 2 rockets. Getting to refuel up here in a second. Down his last one. k1llsen just kind of skates by. I'm unsure how k1llsen didn't take much damage doing that maneuver. He does get Mega. He might be able to challenge out on heavy if the LG's going to bounce him into the air. I think he's lucky he didn't drop down.
Because, yeah, I'm pretty sure he was looking to drop completely, and then he just got transported over to teleporter exit.
Garpy's still
Garpy's
without
back.
rockets, by the way.
You've got to hit that click, Garpy. Worries. I guess he's not keeping the LG or the rail apps. He doesn't want that hum from the weapons to occur. There it is. Good damage. Just chipping away like this is nice because it makes it annoying for k1llsen. Can't go into a fight confident, lacking that extra 80 of stack. And there's k1llsen does try to heal up a little bit. He ducks in to get himself some more health from that totem. A good rail could actually see him getting the kill, so Garpy should back out of this.
Oh, and Garpy can back off into Mega too. And k1llsen, he might have heavy. Looks like he will. Oh, Garpy almost runs into a totem. The heavy's not going to be exactly what k1llsen needs. He's got 30 seconds left to find Garpy, and he's got to find 2 kills. And it's becoming, honestly, all too impossible for him in this round. I feel like Garpy has this one in the bag to tie things up.
Oh, what a combo there. Rocket to rail, LG to close it off. He wants to finish this one, but he knows that k1llsen can't do anything. And Rocket won't find its mark. He's just going to take it. You know, I want this mega health. Come and get me. Okay, actually, maybe he will come and get him. So, just in case, we'll leave it. But that's going to be a round for Garpy. It's 1-1. The game is just closing in terms of how many rounds each of these guys can win to take the title itself.
3, 2, 1.
Well, we're into our 3rd round now. Gonna still be the visor v visor. Garpy's got a bottom spawn. k1llsen there with the rail to punish him. But he also might have just given up Mega. But then again, Garpy has no weapons. And k1llsen does actually trade plays with him. So Garpy actually respecting that, realizing, yeah, I don't have the weapons to fight you. He's still looking to pick up towards LG, actually drops down in towards that room, but immediately escapes once he hears the not so subtle footsteps of a visor under him.
Bit of shotgun damage, not too much. It's going to be heavy up right away. Go over to k1llsen's point of view. Good shot there from Garpy. Looking for another one. So over the hallway. Again. Solid rails from Garpy through piercing sight. I don't think he quite had it there. It doesn't really matter anymore because you can see him. He's like, just back over. That 100 damage. Actually, he probably should have waited fraction of a second longer to hit it because he stopped him from coming down. If he hit it half a second after, he probably would have been able to force him onto the bounce pad and then just rail him again on his way up. But you're not really thinking about that at that point.
Yeah. I mean, if anything, though, the 100 damage he did do allowed k1llsen to get heavy and to get Mega. So he's very stacked now. So, I mean, he could have won a little bit more in that skirmish, but he still went out pretty heavily here. Heavy's back up again, and Garpy still can't contest it. It's gotta be around. Oh my god! That damage with the nail gun. I thought k1llsen used it. Yeah, k1llsen did use his piercing sight. He knew he was there, and he still went for the teleporter nonetheless.
Garpy used the piercing sight as well, so he was fully ready for him to use it. Now the stacks are, well, ever so slightly in favor of Garpy, who's just got himself positioned on the heavy armor. The tide of the game has turned totally. And piercing sight though for k1llsen, at least very early on. He saved quite a few seconds on that. Oh, Garpy going on the lower side means he escaped some damage, but 2 rails in a row. Garpy shouldn't have been giving up shots like that.
Oh my, that rail should have landed. Now he's gonna get punished for this. He has 7 health remaining. k1llsen will get the frag. That first rail that he had with piercing sight up, if he connected that, that would have been a completely different story. Actually, he might be able to get something out of this, though. k1llsen's trying to run. And k1llsen will escape for now. Garpy's not able to close that gap. Just need some weapons, but you can see k1llsen's so low on HP. He misses the jump.
Oh my god. He's got to keep putting the pressure on. Garpy's got himself rail. Mega health is going to be up now. Garpy's nowhere to be seen. He might have just lost the big opportunity to get a kill. You could see he was trying to sort of herd him around. Seeing foot, seeing gun. But not
That's a great rail
hitting
by
his
Garpy.
target. Pressure's on k1llsen right now. Garpy's looking for the chase. He's going to get Mega, and I think that's it. k1llsen's going to want to run and hide. Only a minute and a half to go. The sound cues are being fed off over here. First shot missed by 1llsen. Garpy ready to chase now. The LG's only just finding its mark. But Garpy doesn't hit enough, so he can't fully commit to it. At least for his sake, he can go and stack back up again on the heavy. While 1llsen is still, well, with a subpar amount of health and armor.
Yeah, but time is starting to work against him here, Zoop. Minute and 10 left to go. Garpy needs this kill to prevent 1llsen from going on tournament point. And the way that 1llsen's playing, he's got piercing side up in 20 seconds. If he can just survive this engagement, he'll be looking real good. But he goes up the bounce pad. I wasn't sure exactly why. Now it cost him his life.
It's because Garpy managed to bounce a rocket behind him, and he like pushed him onto the bounce pad. So next level rockets from Garpy, managing to secure the position for 1llsen to put himself out of position. Oh god, there's going to be a punch and return. Not like this. Mega's just been taken by 1llsen. Garpy's now got 30 seconds. He does. There's a quantum down. I'm going to go over to Garpy. Let's see. He's got himself an item. The thing is, he can't get rocket. He needs that extra mobility because it's really going to hold him back a lot. And there it is, LG. Time to chase on. He's not done a terrible job with this, but those defensive rails are going to keep coming. And 1llsen has gotten away, locked it down, thanks to that pretty insane Doom fight that we saw a few moments ago.
All right, well, we're at potentially the final round of this whole tournament, this whole month. All the matches have been leading up to this for the Quake Open League. Can Garpy take it to a 5th round? Or will 1llsen be crowned the victor here? Garpy again getting a heavy spawn. No weapons to use, but piercing sight does prevent him from taking any damage.
I'd like to feed back towards the rocket launcher. And then he can just be comfortable early on that he's got everything he needs. But he's curious, maybe 1llsen's over there guarding that position, so you don't want to feel too comfortable. That piercing star is out for 1llsen now. Is that happening over?
Slightly.
Oh, the rocket! He finds another rocket! Almost closes with another. He's going to chase for the kill right now. LG's pretty good. 1llsen going to try to escape. He goes back up. He has no choice because otherwise he'd get hit by a rocket at the bottom. And he almost gets the counter kill from it. That is insane from 1llsen. Really, really next level mid-combat decisions from him. But unfortunately for him, it is going to be Garpy getting frag 1.
And now 1llsen's playing in the same position that Garpy was in the last round, where he's down his visor up against the Doom.
Oh, the rocket switch right at the end. He just gets himself onto the right level of the staircase that he can land that foot rocket. One rail almost gets the 100 damage rail, which could possibly have gotten the kill. Garpy wants another round, Jason. He really does.
That's probably the best way to end the whole shebang. 5 round, 5 maps. And Garpy, who's already gone through Zron, he's gone through Razy, he's gone through Venger to get here. 1llsen going through Agent, going through Cypher. Piercing sight now being used by Garpy. Yeah, and Buckster. It's true, round of 16. There it is.
Oh my god, Garpy. Clean round for the Brit over here. It's come down to this point, guys. Garpy and 1llsen have played 4 maps. We've played, well, basically more than a full 5th map. 3 champions each. And we're going to see who is going to be crowned the EU Elite Division winner in the first series of the Quake Open League.
1llsen delayed his piercing sight there. Instead of using it off the bat, he was actually looking for some good damage against Garpy there towards LG room. He always connected with those rockets, which would have given him so much early control. I know Garpy has his trinity of weapons. Actually hears 1llsen over towards heavy, and he's He's actually going to try to contest at least for one rocket. Hits a nice, was that 60 or 80 damage? I couldn't see.
I think it was 80. That was definitely worth it. He also landed that after. Heavy was taken. There's a rail from the other side. He's not ready for it. Has to break away. You got 99 health. The rail can take you. Oh my god, the rockets that Garpy's landing at the moment. And Garpy's paying a lot of attention to the hourglasses as well on the map. And that was piercing sight just there by k1llsen. Garpy's going to fade away from some stacking up time.
Yeah, Garpy's been doing that a lot actually in this series. Like even thinking back to Vale, where the rail area was typically where we saw k1llsen play in his earlier match versus Agent. And Garpy's actually able to deny that away for a lot of those hourglasses, even though k1llsen did win 3-0. k1llsen about to have Priest's side up.
He's going to drop down here for the rail. Oh no, LG instead actually. Garpy's got to get out of here a bit. Oh my god, Garpy's ready for it with the lightning gun too. Pushes him away. That's going to be a mega health going to k1llsen. He might be able to get a rail shot back. k1llsen's going to go nail gun route, so Garpy can't do much there. 2 minutes in to the final round. And it's still down to Visor and Visor.
But it's getting dangerous here. Heavy's up right now. Garpy's in no position to contest it. So k1llsen's going to be even more stacked now as he could transition back towards Mega. He has a decent enough split that he can get there in time. 2 seconds left. Okay, he won't be able to secure Mega if Garpy's already there, but he can at least put some damage down. Rocket's going to be switched over to him. I'm surprised he didn't use the rail. He hits the first one. That's 100 damage. But it's not enough to finish him off. He gets the bounce pad into a rail. Garpy on about 27 HP. He's trapped. He's got piercing sight, so at least he can stay alive for a little bit of time, but he doesn't know when k1llsen's is going to be back and available.
He's going to go through it. Is he going to bite the bullet? Go through a teleporter. k1llsen's right outside it. Rocket's on 1 HP. Garpy's going to go down. k1llsen's got a big advantage now in this final round. We're going to be seeing Garpy's doom coming out.
He's going to be so stacked. He's got Mega. He's got Heavy. He's got a rail to boot that he hit Garpy with, and Garpy's he's gonna run to the green armor. Oh, k1llsen can't hit the shot though.
He knows exactly what Garpy wants though. Fortunately, can't punish it, but still, as you say, that massive stack is helping him a lot. Garpy's over there. He takes a pretty nasty rocket, left with 100 health now, and again he's relegated to the darker corners of the map. Won't be able to get onto the mega health either. We've got to see hero play from Garpy.
Oh no. Oh no. The LG's coming through.
That's going to be k1llsen with one more. He can start ticking them away. It is k1llsen that stands between him and the title of the first Quake Open League in the EU Elite Division. He's still got a good stack. He's been able to retain control all this time. And Garpy, the amount of work he's got to do in the next 60 seconds. He's been found though. Garpy hits one good rocket, 2, but it is k1llsen that knocks him down. Takes 3-2 on Ruins, making it 3-2 in the grand final series. Massive congrats to k1llsen. You can see even his words there, his family-friendly words. He's like, wow, what a match then, and what a game that Garpy was able to give to him.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, even though k1llsen did win, we got to give credit to Garpy. He went through a hell of a streak of players to get here. He had Zeron to beat, he had Razy to beat, he had Vanguard to beat, and then he took k1llsen all the way to 5 maps. He even said himself he didn't expect to get this far in. He was expecting to be over at his brother's birthday. But k1llsen, the hot and cold streaks this man had all day, it proved to be just enough in the end as he went to the 5th map. k1llsen